Now, let us learn the scheme of entries. I will just take the example of a dairy farm which is engaged in the business of breeding cows, and the cows will give milk and the milk will be sold in the market after some processing. Okay. Now this dairy farm will have three types of cows, we can say: calves, heifers and milkable cows. Okay. Now when the cow gives birth, that is called as a calf. The animal is called as a calf. And as the calf grows, it becomes a heifer. And once the heifer is inseminated, that is, it becomes pregnant and it gives birth to a calf, it starts giving milk for 300 days. Okay. And then it becomes a milkable cow. So we have three categories of biological assets: calves, heifers and milkable cows. So how do we do accounting in the books of the dairy farm? Dairy farm is what we are going to discuss here. So when a calf is born, the entity will pass an entry, biological asset, specifically calves, account debtor to fair value gain account. So the calf which is born, it is valued at fair value less cost to sell and recognized in the books of account. This fair value gain will be transferred to P&L account. This is at initial recognition. Okay. Then breeding cost for calves. Now the calves will be fed, they will be looked after, we have to incur some cost. We will pass an entry, biological asset account, within biological asset specifically calves account, debit to expenses. The expenses which are incurred in breeding these calves, that is the feed cost, medicine cost, staff cost, depreciation, overheads. The expenditure which is incurred to look after these calves will be capitalized, they will be debited to biological asset specifically calves account. Okay. Then at the end of the year the calf has grown and fair value less cost to sell is more than the carrying amount. At the end of the year the calf has grown and the fair value has increased. So let us suppose the carrying amount is 800. This carrying amount includes the initial recognition amount and the breeding cost. At the end of the year, the calf is measured again at fair value less cost to sell. If there is increase, that increase is recognized as a gain. Okay. So we will pass an entry, biological asset calves account debtor to fair value gain account in the P&L account. Okay. Then when calves become heifers, once the calves have reached a specific age, we transfer them to a separate account called as heifers. They go into the second classification. Okay. So we will pass an entry, biological asset, within biological asset a specific account, heifer account debtor to biological assets calves account. That means we are going to reduce the account balance for calves and we are going to increase the account balance for heifers. Okay. Next. Now we will learn the scheme of entries relating to heifers. Now when heifers are purchased, now heifers do not give milk. Heifers will give milk once they are inseminated, and once they give birth to a calf, they become a milkable cow and then they will start giving milk. Okay. Now when heifers are purchased, let us say we are purchasing some heifers as well. Biological asset, heifer account debtor to cash is the entry we are going to pass. During the year, cost incurred for breeding the heifers. You have again incurred some cost to feed the heifers, medicine, staff cost, feeding cost, etc. So we'll capitalize that expenditure. Biological asset, heifer account debtor to expense account. So whatever expenses have been incurred, they have been capitalized. At the end of the year, fair value less cost to sell is more than the carrying amount. At the end of the year, we'll measure the fair value of these heifers. If it is more than the carrying amount right now, the increase will be recognized as a gain. If there is a decrease, we'll recognize it as a loss. Biological asset, heifer account debtor to fair value gain account. Okay. So we are going to pass these entries relating to heifers. Next. Heifers are inseminated and give birth to calves. Lactation period starts. Now heifers are inseminated, they give birth to a calf. The heifer starts giving milk once it delivers a calf. In such cases, now the classification again changes. It becomes from a heifer to a milkable cow. So what is the entry we are going to pass now? Biological asset, milking cows account debtor to biological asset, heifers account. So we will now reduce the heifers account balance and will increase the milkable cows account balance. Okay. This transfer will be done at fair value. Okay. Now let us see entries relating to milking cows. When breeding costs are incurred. Now breeding costs would mean feeding costs, medicine, etc. So entry will pass is biological asset account out to expenses. So the cow has started giving milk, it has to be fed. You have to give it medicine, staff has to look after the cow. So whatever expenditures are incurred to breed the milkable cows or to feed the milkable cows, the expenditure incurred to look after the cow, we are going to again capitalize it. we are going to debit it to biological asset, milking cow account. Okay. Then when milk is harvested, valued at every day the cow is going to milk. Sometime every day the cow is going to give milk. Sometimes once in a day or sometimes even twice in a day. Okay. So when the milk is harvested, that raw milk is recognized in our books of account by passing an entry like this: biological asset milking cow account debtor to fair value gain account. We have to measure the raw milk at fair value less cost to sell. That amount will be first be capitalized. We will debit the biological asset, that is the milkable cow, and will credit fair value gain account. This will be transferred to profit and loss account. The expenses incurred to feed the milkable cow and the milk which is produced, both are capitalized. In future what we are going to do is, the costs which are incurred for feeding, the costs which are incurred for these milkable cows breeding will be transferred to inventory, and the milk, raw milk which was produced, that was also capitalized as part of the biological asset. It will also be removed from the biological asset and will be transferred to inventory. Okay. Now entries relating to milking cows, when the milk and breeding costs are transferred to cost of sales. So the feed which you have given to the milking cow and the milk which has been produced, earlier they were capitalized as part of the account called as milkable cows account. Now it has to be removed and it has to be transferred to inventory. So we'll pass an entry, cost of sales, or you can pass here inventory account or to biological asset, or you can straight away transfer it to cost of sales. See, if there is no opening stock and closing stock, then we can straight away transfer it to cost of sales. If there is some opening stock and closing stock, then in such case we'll first transfer it to inventory, and from there inventory will be transferred to cost of sales. So cost of sales account or to biological asset milking cow, what is the amount we are going to transfer? The fair value of the raw milk which was produced during the year and the breeding cost which was incurred for those milking cows. That amount has to be transferred to inventory. From inventory will be transferred to cost of sales. Okay. Now, when the fair value of the cow reduces at the end of the year, suppose the cow has grown old, it is reaching the end of its life, the fair value of the cow may reduce. In such cases, we'll pass this entry fair value loss P&L account that are to biological asset. We have to credit the account. Okay. So these are the entries which we pass with respect to cows in the case of a dairy farm. I hope you were able to understand this lecture. Thanks a lot.